Welcome to a new and exciting feature on this channel. Every few months, I will be participating in the MTGO Creator Showdown hosted by Daybreak Games for $5,000. This very first tournament, Pauper. All right, welcome back, Eternal Magic gamers, to a bit of a special piece of content. Magic Online and Daybreak Games have asked me to play in this MTGO Creator Showdown 5K Pauper event. Now, I haven't played Pauper in a very long time, but I have dabbled in the past. I usually keep track of what's going on in other formats just because I think it's a good thing for a deck builder and a content creator to see what's happening in other formats so you can get ideas of different powerful interactions. And so I do have a basic understanding of what's going on in Pauper right now, but I have not played very many, if any, games. I have put together a bit of a brew. It's not really a brew because it's an existing deck list. Black, white, Tithing Blade is the initial deck list. I have modified Tithing Blade to fit more artifact lands so that I can play Affinity for Artifacts, new MH3 card, Refurbished Familiar. Flying 2/1, enters the battlefield, opponent discards a card. If they can't discard a card, you draw a card. Pauper is a lot about value and grinding, and this deck does that incredibly well. We are playing a pretty slow, recursion-oriented deck around bouncing things. So the main bird here, got Glint Hawk, enters the battlefield, and you sacrifice it unless you return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. We have lots of artifacts to control. Obviously, the Familiar will be a great bounce thing. Bouncing our Tithing Blade, which is an ETB Edict. Bouncing our Limbus, which draws us cards and scries. Lots of good artifacts to be bouncing with Flinthawk. And obviously, these Novice Inspector and Thraben Inspector, both about the same card, are going to give us clue tokens. We've got Deadly Dispute to cash in extra tokens or creatures or artifacts for more cards and treasure tokens. Some removal in the main with Cast Down, destroying non-legendaries. Non-legendaries should be pretty good in Pauper. Additional bouncing permanents here with Core Skyfisher. That should be able to bounce everything. Blood Fountain is making artifacts and tokens and returning creatures from the graveyard. And then at the top end, we've got a Monarch creature and a Initiative creature. I did not really know that Initiative creatures were still in this format, so that was pretty cool find. So hopefully we can use these and grind out our opponents in a way that works really, really well. The tournament is extremely Grixis Affinity heavy, so I'm very happy to say I have 4 Dust to Dust in my sideboard. Exile 2 target artifacts. Notably, there need to be 2 target artifacts. I have some artifacts, so I gotta be a little careful how I cast that card. We've got Duress for the combo matchups, Arms of Hadar for one-sided -2/-2, which is pretty sweet. Dawnbreaker Cleric, a recurable gain life or destroy enchantments or hit cards in the graveyard. Disfigure, obviously, kill the little creatures. And Relic Pretendus for the graveyard as well. I have managed to put 12 artifact lands in my deck with the Goldmire Bridge and the Ancient Den and the Vault of Whispers to help make sure this is always a 1-drop, along with some extra grind potential in the return land, black-white return land. So that should cover, I believe, what the deck is trying to do. We'll see how I'd actually fare over the course of the tournament. Like I said, I haven't really played very many games. I have a basic understanding of what's going on, and I feel like I'm a really reasonable Magic player, so I hope it'll go well. This is a 5K. It is a little bit of a weird format. It's not Swiss. It is double elimination. I guess that might still be considered Swiss, depending on what the definition of Swiss is. Either way, it's a double elimination format. So I'm going to play 6 rounds of Pauper, or once I hit my second loss, I am eliminated from the tournament. And then there's prizing after the 6 rounds based on if you finished without 2 losses. So I hope this will be fun and entertaining for everyone. I'm very excited to start playing in these MTGO Creator Showdowns. There will be more of them in the future. I won't be playing in every single one of them, but I will be playing in some of them. So you will actually get to see me play some other formats other than Vintage on this channel, which I'm pretty excited about. I will see you for round 1. Have you ever wanted to win your own real Black Lotus? The legendary NYSE Vintage Tournament returns this June 22nd on Long Island in New York. 15 proxy, high stakes, paper vintage action with 8 whole pieces of unlimited power as prizes. You are not going to want to miss it. Check out more information in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, welcome to round 1 of the MTGO Creator Showdown 5K. I am playing against the Pauper content creator. I watched all of his videos, not all of them, but some of his videos to lead up to this event. And he is on, I don't really know what's going on here. It looks like a Proliferate Storm deck. Looks like there is a Pyroclasm style effect here as well as an instant. So I can't imagine this is a particularly good matchup. I don't have the best cards to do this kind of matchup, so in the board I have some distresses, but we're going to have to try to clock our opponent before we get stormed out. This hand does not have, like, my deck looks like it's much better against playing a grindy creature matchup, so that's a little bit unfortunate. This hand does not, only has 1 land on the play, and it's a tap land. I kind of think this is just a mulligan, so let's put this back. This hand has no lands. So that one's a mulligan as well. Okay, this hand has lands, and it's got Refurbished Familiars, but actually, that card seems great here. How many artifact lands do I have? This is not an artifact land, but it looks like an artifact land. Classic. So I'm definitely keeping this. And I'm definitely putting back one of these lands, and then... I guess this is a question of... This will cost, if I play 3-bit on 1 and then Vault on 2, this costs 2 and I can play both of these. So I feel like the answer is just get rid of the other land here. Let's give it a shot. My opponent also mulliganed to 5, so that's good. But yeah, hopefully a couple discards here and we'll be on our way. I don't really know how fast these games are going to last. My opponent is like a Storm style deck, but it doesn't look like it's like a very fast Storm style deck. But I could be wrong, as I've never seen it. I've never seen it before in my life. All right, yep. Let's get a Refurbished Familiar in play. So they have to discard a card, which is really good here. Start getting some cards out of their hands, and these things are 2/1 flyers, so they're going to clock pretty fast. I think the only card I need to worry about in terms of my creatures is they have 2 Breath Weapon, which is an instant speed Pyroclasm. This is Experimental Augury. This is like an Anticipate. It's an Anticipate with Proliferate. Okay, cool. Or kind of like an Anticipate with Proliferate. Oh, cool. It puts the counter on the depletion land. That's sweet. I like that a lot. I don't think I'm at liberty here to crack a clue. So let's just 1, 2, 3. Let's just play out my spells and play out my spells and attack. This one is draw 2, lose 2, poison counter. This blade doesn't really do anything for me in game killing their creatures because they have no creatures. But if we can flip this blade later, then maybe we can get some extra damage in. Okay, cool. So they played a Pentaprism and then they proliferated them. Very cool. Goldmire Bridge. All right, so let's just see if we can find a creature. We did find a creature, but we can't play it. Let's play a bridge and attack. The good news here is I can attack next turn and then Glinthawk back a familiar. So, and the clock is pretty good. They only have 3 cards in hand. So, will you be at Pauper in Italy? No. I'm playing an NYSE big paper vintage tournament next weekend. Also, I would not play Pauper tournament without putting in a substantial amount of work at becoming good. Pauper players will probably watch this video if they do and not be super happy. Draw 2, lose 2, get a poison counter. Okay, so I'm at 1 poison. My opponent is going down to 2 on this attack. I don't have any way to like do extra damage on my attacks, right? And it looks like at most I can only play 1 new familiar. Unless I bounce an artifact land. That doesn't really help me, right? I do want to get this in play, though, because this will not die to the breath. So very first thing I need to do is attack. That puts my opponent at 2. And then I want to get this in play, and I want to play as many refurbished familiars as I can. So I guess the answer is simply just play a core Skyfisher, bounce this familiar back to my hand, and replay this familiar to get 1 card out of their hand, and then I'm insulated against their Dragon's Breath, and that's the best I can do. These things are 2/1 flyers. It's been great. Now it's my opponent's turn to see if they can storm off on their last turn here, turn 5. Pentad Prism. Draw a card, proliferate. I'm at 2. Steady progress. I am at 2. No, now I'm at 2. Did they forget it on the first one? Okay. I didn't think they were going to get there from there. So that was a great start. Got to use my refurbished familiars as interaction. We have their sideboard here, so we know if they had a pivot of any kind. Looks like there are no creatures to bring in, though they do have another weapon, and they also have some removal spells. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take out all of my cast downs. And maybe some blood fountains if I can handle it. Dawnbreaker Cleric kills only enchantments, or does it kill artifacts? It only kills enchantments, and they have all these artifacts, so that doesn't do it. Gains 2 life, that doesn't do anything. All right, so it's just duress. And then is Relic any good? Do they use the graveyard at all? Taking a quick peek. They do have a deep analysis, but it doesn't really look like they use the graveyard. I don't have artifact removal besides Dust to Dust. Is it worth bringing in Dust to Dust just for Pentad Prisms and Everflowing Chalices? I mean, Tithing Blade's really bad too, right? This is quite challenging because I just have a lot of cards that I don't think are very good. At least the backside of Tithing Blade is pretty good. I just worry that, I can always hit my own artifacts, so it's not like the end of the world here. They only have 7. I guess Blood Fountain is probably staying. I feel like some Tithing Blades are probably staying too. I want to bring it, I think I'm going to bring in some number of Dust to Dust. Maybe like this. Like, how often is this going to flip, though, right? I don't feel like it's going to happen that often. Okay, let's try this. I don't know if this is right, obviously, but I seem to be a little short on anti-storm, anti-combo cards. That's probably by design. Like I said, I took some existing black-white blade lists, and I imagine that there are not that many people playing storm-related decks in this format. So this one is 1 land, Thraben Inspector, Glint Hawk, Duress. Ugh. On the draw, though, man, I think I'm just supposed to put it back if I don't have another second land here. I do feel like if I had any other land in this hand, I'd probably keep it. But I can't imagine this is good enough. If it was like a dual land, maybe I could keep it too. My opponent kept 7, and they're on the play, which seems pretty challenging for us. I'm going to keep this hand, but it doesn't clock very well. So put this blade back and hit go. Unlike my last hand, which had it was on the play with a bunch of 2-power creatures, this hand is not like that. Glint Hawk. Glint Hawk feels like not a very early play, but it will be nice with my familiar. The good news is I can go Goldmire Bridge on turn 1, Vault of Whispers on 2, and play a familiar. Which seems like one of my best possible cards in this matchup, so I'm glad we have it. I don't have anything that kills lands, huh? I guess this is Pauper. Let's play Vault of Whispers and Refurbished Familiar. They just have so many cards because they kept 7. I feel like it's going to be very hard to do anything here. And these lands will never really go away if they just always play proliferate cards, right? That's pretty crazy, huh? Wow. That's a cool deck. I'm pretty jealous. That is a sweet deck. All right, so what is my play now? So I cannot play Glinthawk and replay Familiar yet. So I believe my best play is simply to play a Lembas and play a Basilica bouncing the Vault of Whispers. Probably correct. I don't know. This game looks very hard to win. I feel like I need to bottom this and just find another like a dismember, not dismember, not disfigure either. Duress. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm aware that Tithing Blade is terrible. I just like don't have that many cards that are good, right? I boarded out some number of Tithing Blades, but I only have so much happening here. The fact that every spell proliferates looks real bad for me. Once they find like a poison counter one. Ooh, deep analysis. Cool. And a pedal. And then they're deep analysising. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my clock is just like not nearly fast enough here. So wait, so this deck only works if they play a Prologue to Pheresis or a Infectious Inquiry to give me a poison counter. So they have to find that, and then I'm on the clock. But they also have 1,000,000 mana, so they can just cast these spells forever. This matchup seems atrocious. Oh, also gain 8,000,000 life. Okay, 42 life. Okay. All right, so I will attack with my Familiar. And then, what is this? Monarch? That's an extra card every turn. I'm pretty sure I like 1, 2, 3. I like replay my Familiar and play another Lembas. Probably. I don't really know what I would Deadly Dispute here that would make me happy. Play a Glint Hawk. Bounce. Yes. Bounce my Familiar. Play my Familiar. I mean, I guess I could just sack a Lembas to draw 2. How many artifacts? 1, 2, 3. I guess I could do that. Is there any reason not to do that? Yeah, I could play. I mean, if I hit a Duress, it's probably worth it. Oh, that shuffles my graveyard into my library. I can't say I knew that was what that did. I thought it shuffled this card back in. Okay. Well, I got 4 power now, so that's nice, but I can't imagine I'm winning this game. All right, so this is draw 3 proliferate. Okay. I mean, it feels like they can get away without having Chalice and Prism from this game, but maybe this game is not. I have to remember you're 3 minutes in the past. This game feels like Chalice and Prism don't matter, but I feel like this is probably not a. Oh, that could be a problem though. that could be a problem. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have all my Dust to Dust in, right? I did get to that point in life. No, I put 3 in. Okay, I'll put the 4th one in post board for sure. But tapping 1 to kill Refurbished Familiar is definitely not good for me. Also, I have nothing to pick up with my stuff now. I have no value. I have the Lembas and I have the Monarch, but so I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if I want. I feel like I mean I need to have something to pick up. The initiative. Oh. The initiative sounds really good if this game keeps dragging like this. Okay, let's get the Monarch and the initiative going, I guess. I can blink the initiative later, too. I mean, it depends, right? Like, the minute they find a poison spell, then it's going to be a bad time for me. Oh, they found the poison spell. Okay, so now I mean, I can't clock them out fast enough, I assume. They'd have to draw like 8,000,000 lands for me to get there here. I can't imagine we could ever win this game. Oh my god, it proliferates on my hawk. So sick. So sick. Yeah. I mean, being on the play seems pretty important here. Hitting my duresses early and my refurbishers early seems important. This does not look like a good matchup, if I had to guess. Though my opponent's deck could be working better than expected. That could be possible. I don't really know what the fail rate on something like this is, really. I mean, we certainly are dead here. I've never seen a depletion land with 7 counters on it, so this is a new experience for me. Kind of like it. I kind of wish I was playing their deck, honestly. Oh man. They're I mean, I like my deck. I think my deck is pretty cool. But their deck looks like way more fun. Oh wait, they're out. I guess they wanted to preserve their Pentad Prisms, and they're not really at threat of dying, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then tap land. So I can't play Refurbished Familiar. I can play a bunch of Refurbished Familiars, right? 1, 2, 3. So I can play Refurbished Familiar. I don't really know if that helps me because they definitely have like dead cards in their hand, right? Because that's why they bricked. But like it's absolutely possible that I am supposed to be playing a initiative creature here. But I also think it probably doesn't matter what I'm playing here, if I had to guess. I have 2 mana left. I don't want this thing to get serrated arrows to anyways, so I guess we just pick it up with Skyfisher. Okay. It shouldn't shuffle all the graveyard. Wait. You're telling me it's bugged? Maybe I didn't have any cards in my graveyard. I can't win this game, right? Like, it's impossible. So we die, and then we try game 3. We have a good idea of what's going on. I just don't feel like my deck has the tools to reliably beat my opponent's deck. Hopefully they have more issues than this time. They kept 7 on the play, and just there was nothing here that I could have really done. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I have some. I thought about playing 4 duresses, to be perfectly honest. I wonder if there are like some really good cards for this kind of deck. You think so? Damn. I mean, I agree. This doesn't. You know, I get it. I understand now. We have so many bad cards that, like, this gain life XL. This is creatures. I have all these anti-creature cards. I guess it's like more likely that I draw a card than use a Tithing Blade, maybe, possibly. All right, on the play. Let's have a nice triple refurbisher aggro draw. I have a Dust to Dust. I have my basic planes again. I have a refurbisher, but I have no mana, and all my these hands have been bad. I swear, 2 basilicas. All right, come on, like these hands have been so bad. All right, I mean, I have to keep this, but it's not very good. Do I just put the 2 white cards away? I feel like I do. I feel like I'll just deploy Duress and try to hit like their mana. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay. I'm going to hit the... They're going to have more draw spells and stuff, so I'm just going to hit the Everflowing Chalice. I think it's better to use my mana more efficiently rather than give me the white source. Could be wrong. Dust to dust. I don't think it's time for dust to dust. Okay. Sweet. Oh, so am I supposed to play an Inspector or guarantee I can play a Thorn? I guess that's kind of cute. I think I'd rather just play the Inspector. I could be wrong. I'm drawing 2 extra cards here, so... I'm not sure. Okay, so they can play the draw 3 here. It's kind of annoying. Oh, do they find a Pentad Prism? That's also kind of annoying. So they can actually play the draw 3 and proliferate the whole board. Man, this deck is so sick. Why am I not playing this deck? No one told me this was a thing. Oh, I did draw the Familiar, though. That's good. That's basically my best draw. But I feel like I'm not actually, like, getting any cards that matter because they just draw so many cards. Yeah. Like, they're never going to have... Yeah. This looks quite bad for me. I mean, I when I looked at the deck lists and I saw that there were a couple people playing this deck, I thought that was the matchup that we had to avoid. All right, well, I have the Monarch. I think it's too late, but I have the Monarch. What is this? Blue, 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 blue. Oh, do they mean to... Oh, they have a breath weapon. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything about that. I can rebuild. We can rebuild her. Oh, no, is this the poison one? No. Well... Jesus. This deck is so brutal. I feel like I'm playing 2015 Modern again, where you just play, you sit down and you show each other your decks and you go, oh, I guess you win. Which is not fun, but is what it is. It's actually nice that I kind of felt like that used to be a bit of a problem in Vintage, but I don't feel like it's that big of a deal anymore. Another Lembas. I mean, I've drawn a lot of cards this game. My cards are just not very good. That's the initiative. That's something. I just think it's too late, right? It looks a little too late. Oh, I got a poison counter now. That can't be good. uh, we had a nice game 1. They mulliganed to 5. We were on the play, and we had a bunch of 2-power creatures. But I mean, so far, I think my best creature in my whole deck has been this Familiar. So that's nice. It might be a quick stream. This is a double elimination tournament, so hopefully we'll play against some creature-based deck next round instead of this storm deck. What the hell? I like my deck too, which is sad. Dust to Us? I kind of need Dust to Us here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play Deadly Dispute and still play the Goliath Paladin, so let's Deadly Dispute a Lembas. Let's see if it shuffles my whole yard again. Okay. I guess the Lembas was working correctly. It must have just been the only card in my yard. No problem on the Lembas there. All right. Well, I can tell you that I can't imagine we can win this game. My opponent has 7 cards in hand and infinite mana. So, but I have the initiative, so who's playing the real powerful deck now? I had to bottom that Dusted Us in the beginning of the game, right? I just like didn't have the mana, so I found a Dusted Us, but I feel like I needed to draw that earlier. And even then, I'm not even sure that's winning. Like, they still have 5 depletion lands. This is not the most ringing endorsement of the Pauper format I've ever seen, but I mean, if I had some creators play a vintage tournament and the first round was Dredge versus anything, right? It's kind of the same idea. Okay, I understand what chat was saying 6 minutes ago. Because if you're at this point here where you have the 3 Pentad Prisms and you cast the 2 mana and 3 mana proliferate draw, you can just cast them all every turn. Okay. I see. Yeah, I mean, I correctly evaluated that Dust to Dust was better than Tithing Blade. I didn't put them all in. But I also didn't draw a Tithing Blade right, so I think it's okay. Don't think that was game losing by any way. Okay, my opponent has gained a Million Storm. Well, the good news is I probably get to kill some Pentad Prisms. The bad news is my opponent's at 42 life and I'm at 3 with poison. It's okay. I'm forging down the highway here. Refurbished Familiar. I'm playing it out. So I played around this, but I didn't play. I guess I didn't play around that completely. But I can't completely play around that. So I put my counters on this instead of like on this, so that I couldn't get Fire Breathed. But I did just lose my Familiar, so I don't know. Maybe I could have waited on that. I was trying to like bait a counterspell or something. I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to do. It seemed good in my head though. Oh wait. I believe we're dead. I am not really convinced I had draws that won the game at any point in the game, so I don't think it's a huge deal. The matchup just looks basically unplayable. All the anti-storm cards in Magic are rares, right? Like all the rule of law type effects. Wow. This is exactly how I thought it was going to go when I looked at my opponent's deck list at the start of the round, so not worried about it. GG's. GG's. All right, here we go. Second round of this MTGO Creator Showdown 5K Pauper event. I am versus the very powerful jarvisyu. I feel I feel like these pairings have been a little rough for me, but such is life. Content creators are strong magicians. So Jarvis is on Cawgate, using the Basilisk Gate to power up some tokens. So let's see how this goes. Okay. Man, this is like the worst set of lands I've ever seen, but I guess it's fine. Can't imagine I'm supposed to mulligan it, but it definitely doesn't look good. Let's play a tap land, and then we'll bounce back our tap land because I don't know. Raven Inspector, get a thingy, play this, get a thingy. Okay. Can't even use this for like 2 Raven Inspectors or anything. Hmm. Damn. All right, this is gonna be tough. I feel like I just don't have. I don't. I took out a bunch of like the board wipe, the go wide stuff. It's in the sideboard now. Could be tough. Okay, this lets me play another 3-bin and a blood fountain. I certainly got permanence though. Maybe I should play like Mirror Forces in this deck. One, two, three, four, five. Not bad. Lorien revealed for an island, holding open, counterspell, spell pierce, brainstorm. Okay. I've drawn another Basilica land, which I can't say is great for me. I feel like I should just get in damage and go from there. Does the Basilisk thing enter tapped? It does not. I'm getting my Glinthawk counterspelled. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Now I let them get the life back. Ooh, I like that card a lot. I think I'll just keep that one. I wish I could play it this turn, but all my lands are like stupid tap bounce stuff. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like I'm not playing very accurately, and this is gonna be tough because this feels like a matchup where the better player will win, playing correctly. So this could be a nice. This is good though. This will be a nice long back and forth game where Jarvis will outplay me and we'll get some good content off of it. So I'm pretty excited. Don't really want to get this to get counterspelled though. Preordain. I didn't even see preordain. 2 preordains. Trying to hit a land drop maybe? Bottom. Wow, digging deep for a land drop it looks like. That's wild. Found a gate. Tap an untapped gate, make a treasure. Wow, okay, that's sick. 5 cards in my opponent's hand. I feel like draw a card. See what we get first. Glinthawk. Sweet. So let's go refurbish familiar. Make them discard a card. Oh, I can't do it again because I need another black mana. That was an oversight. That was an oversight. Oh, they got to discard a Sacred Cat though. Pretty sweet. What kind of removal? They don't have like removal. Hmm. I could just get another clue token. I want to put this in play, though. Okay, that's fine. I think I played that badly again, but that might be a recurring theme here. I'm not used to eking out this kind of value. But I just feel like bouncing this thing over and over again is so strong. But maybe it's not if my opponent's discarding Sacred Cats, to be fair. Squadron Hawk. Oh, I guess it's not very good against Squadron Hawk. Okay. My bad. Never mind. Wait a second. The hell am I gonna do about that? How am I attacking it? Like, what am I doing here? This looks kind of bad for me. They have 7 cards in hand now. Shit. I guess I need to get the initiative or the Monarch and then try to hold it. Feels like the only way. Hey, the initiative. Okay. Do I want to use my Glinthawk, or would I rather just play... I mean, I kind of want to be able to block, but the minute they play a gate, it's bad. Hmm. Not exactly sure. I think I'm just going to play this bridge and this inspector, and then next turn we'll play the initiative and move from there. I'm like a little worried I'm going to be able to keep the initiative against this deck, but maybe I'll be wide enough. Which one is this one? Just a gate. Oh, but the problem is if they hold up Counterspell, I guess they can't hold up Counterspell because... Oh, no, they can hold up Counterspell. Shit. I can't actually resolve this Goliath Paladin through a Counterspell here. Maybe I can bait it with a Glinthawk. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really don't want to cast down a Glinthawk idol. Can't actually kill a Guardian of the Guild pack anyway, so I mean, there's not that many things to cast down, so... Feel like we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's so bad, but... I kind of want to hold it for our gate activation, maybe. I guess I can always return the Goliath Paladin with the Blood Fountain. Something to think about. Oh, I have to return the Familiar with the thing. No, I guess I'll just return this Lembus. One, two, three, four, five, 6. I feel like I should have been swinging with these before, but is trading here even good? I guess it is good if I'm trying to hold it. Maybe I missed an attack here then. Do I have any cards that hit the graveyard in my main? No. Does it matter then? I mean, I could use a cast down right now to just save it. This is fine. This also gives me more things to return with my Blood Fountain. Don't know if that matters. I don't know. I'm going to be learning a lot on the fly here, but my opponent's going to really out card advantage me, so it's going to be tough. They discarded a I guess they have a bunch of things that go to the discard, so like my discard isn't even that good. They have like extra Squadron Hawks, they have Sacred Cats, they have Prismatic Strands. I don't really know how I'm supposed to play this out. It's gonna be tough. So they have the gate land now, so everything can be huge. And like I can't actually clock them because there's a gate land. This is crazy. Oh, it's ++. Jesus. I'll just hit this with a cast down. If they want to force it, that's great because I can slam Goliath Paladin. Yeah, that's fine too. Do I care about this hit? Probably not. Yeah, this is fine because now I get to at least resolve the initiative. I don't know if that's good for me, but it is what's happening. Uh, I don't really feel like I want to like bounce the paladin or anything. Kind of just want to get another treasure. Do I have a block that like kill? I don't really have a block that like kills Squadron Hawks, do I? I don't really know how I'm supposed to deal with this, right? Like they just make a 7/7 every turn. I think this is like doesn't feel like a winning plan. I need the Arms of Hadar. I took a couple of those out of my main because I had the cycling one in my main, but it didn't really work very well with my 2/1 flyer, but maybe I should have kept it in anyways. I feel like not having a Drown in Sorrow style effect seems bad here. Like I'd be in a pretty good spot if I had the -1/-1, right? And then I'd be in a great spot if I had the -2/-2 on one player. But I don't really know what else I'm really supposed to do here. At the worst, I can like chump and then bring him back with Blood Fountain, right? So but I can't like clock my opponent if they're getting lifelink every time. I'm not actually sure. I guess I kind of needed that the Tithing Blade to bounce over and over again, right? Like that's not enough, but like it's something. Guys, I still have a lot more cards to draw. It's just better for me to block with this thing, probably. I don't know. I guess I could triple block, but I feel like that's bad too. Does it make sense to forge onto a flyer? Or maybe on this vigilance guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, at least it's something. I mean, I don't want to ever blink this thing, but could end up blinking it. I don't know. Guess we'll find out together. Like, at least this attack is actually good. All right. So what do I need in my life? I need to sack my Lembas and draw 2 cards and make a treasure. Okay. All right, there's a blade at least. Make sure I'm playing around Spell Pierce. I don't think the drain part of blade is going to get me there. Lose one, gain one. Feel like what we need to do is block with another Glint Hawk and then rebuy my Glint Hawks and bounce my blade over and over again. That's what I think we need to do here. So I block with another Glint Hawk, and then I rebuy 2 Glint Hawks, and then I Glint Hawk Blade, Glint Hawk Blade, Glint Hawk Blade. That's my plan. I guess at any point they can have Counterspell, and that plan gets really shit. And I got rid of my Limbus, so I don't actually have another target, though. Oh, here we go. So now they're going to block... Oh, I don't even have 3... Oh, okay, so they're going to steal the initiative this way. I see. Okay, I didn't think about that, but this means that I at least eat something. Maybe it's fine. Guess I should be careful. Oh, this is only as a sorcery. Ah, I've missed a key point of information here. That's okay. Dropping the initiative for 1 turn doesn't seem that big of a deal, but they do have Prismatic Stance, so maybe they just keep it forever now. So I guess I might have to end up bouncing this Goliath Paladin. That's kind of annoying. I didn't even think about that. Pro mono-colored. Oh, we're never keeping the initiative. Okay. Oh, I guess we have the Tithing Blade, though. What a game. This matchup's pretty cool. I definitely played an interesting line. That doesn't seem like it's very good. Deadly Dispute again. I didn't get another Glint Hawk into my... I guess I might sack a Glint Hawk so I can return 2 Glint Hawks. It just depends. Like, I think they do have a counter spell. Huh. Okay. At the very least, I should just attack because at any point they can just protect the damage anyways. So let's just attack in the air. I mean, this is monocolored, so yeah. Let's just attack with the Glint Hawk. Make them burn up strands. And then we'll Deadly Dispute the Glint Hawk, rebuy the Glint Hawks, and try to Tithing Blade their board. That's the plan. Oh, they're just going to let me have the initiative? I guess that's fair, too. It's just trap, right? So... White, black, white, black. I mean, I guess this just gets counterspelled, and it's really bad for me, right? I'm not going to cast it into a Spell Pierce, though. That I won't do. Oh, wait. Do I just die from Gates monocolored? Is that the problem here? I guess I just die from Gates monocolored. Do I have any way to gain life? I mean, they could just play a bunch of Squadron Hawks here. I see the line. I see the line. And they can just cast this Prismatic Strands. Okay. I feel like I played this game poorly and deserve to lose because of it. I need to be able to play 4 Tithing Blades. Wait, couldn't I have drawn more Tithing Blades, though? Shit. Okay. Yeah, so no matter what, they cast this Strand, and I can't all-out attack them either. So that's unfortunate. And I can't gain life, really. So, man, protection from monocolored, huh? That's crazy. Seems the initiative didn't really matter, though. Destroy type. I can't kill this. Wait, so this is actually one more. Okay, so now I just need 2 more Tithing Blades. I don't have any draw spells left, though, huh? Well, if I kill off their 2 creatures, maybe they forget to activate. That's like my only out, is they just forget to cast this. Okay, they did not forget to cast it. In that case, I still need 2 more blades. Still need 2 more? Shit. All right. Skyvisher. I was so close. No. Damn. I feel like I just drew Blade too late in this game. If I had drawn a Blade in my first like 20 cards instead of my 30th card, then I feel like we could have won this game. All right. Jarvis has got me. Okay, I now see the interaction angles. I understand what's happening a little better now. I like Arms of Hadar. I kind of like the idea of Relic of Pretendus a little bit. I think all of these things are going to be like better than cast downs, right? Drawing a single creature doesn't really make a lot of sense when their only good creature is pro monocolored. I don't think there's a lot of value in Duress. Or Dust to Dust. Yes, Dust to Dust kills Modern Age and Journey to Nowhere. We could always play Dawnbringer Paladin if we want to kill those things. Don't feel like that's necessary. Refurbished Familiar looked pretty damn bad against my opponent's deck that had a lot of things that were good to go into discard. But I don't feel like we're taking Refurbished Familiar out either. So, the question is like, is there enough value? Like, would they even keep in Journey? It's really tough because like my game plan is like win with Monarch or Initiative, and my opponent's deck is like better at keeping the Monarch and Initiative than I am, which seems like a problem. I guess Dawnbringer hits the graveyard as well, so maybe it's just better to do this. Let's try that. I guess Duress would take Counterspell or something, but I don't really think that's how we want to approach this. I might have been able to eke out some more advantages in that first game if I had played better. That's kind of how I feel about it. Man. I feel like it was a skill diff and not identifying what I needed to do. And then I needed to find. I still needed to find a Tithing Blade earlier in that format. So this is a black mana source and then a Basilica. This is like not a very great hand, but I feel like I'm not supposed to mulligan it. I think mulliganing here would be too much of an issue. That was at least something to do with my 1 mana off the top. So I have 1 artifact, 2 artifacts. Just play a familiar here. Oh, I fucked up, right? I could have played a familiar with the black and then used the white and bounced it. My bad, my bad, my bad. That was a mistake. I didn't think about it. Another Lorien. Oh, why didn't we cycle the Lorien in response so that you could have kept the cat? Or does it not matter? Maybe he was never going to make a cat anyways, so maybe it didn't matter. Yeah, I played that sequence badly. I think I would rather have a Glinthawk in play and a Furbisher in back in my hand. Especially because I can only play 1 white spell next turn anyways. Though I kind of want to play the Thorn if they're tapped out of Counterspell. I feel like there's some value in the Thorn. Squadron Hawk. I guess I don't want to play the Thorn if they are going to play a Squadron Hawk here against my 2/1 familiar. They already have a gate as well. Man, really not great. So if I do this and then bounce and then play this, I can still play Lembas and it. I guess there's no reason not to play Lembas first then. I mean, this is like not even good anyways because my opponent just has a bunch of Squadron Hawks. I need the Tithing Blade instead of the Furbish Familiar. So this is like not actually getting me anywhere good, right? Maybe I'm just supposed to. I mean, playing the Monarch just seems like a terrible idea. So Prismatic Strands. I hate this. I think I'm just being exposed, honestly. I mean, the good news is there should probably be a lot to learn from the video. The bad news is I'm going to go 0-2 and lose this tournament. Yeah, I guess bouncing this familiar was just garbage. Maybe I should have just bounced the Lembas. My opponent also has a Relic of Prentice in. That's interesting. Score. Kai. This is sorcery speed, yeah? Cool. They have counterspell up. How am I progressing this game? I feel like it's bounce a Lembas, which is just silly. Yeah, this familiar looks terrible in this matchup. That's crazy. You'd think it'd be pretty good, but really don't want to jam anything. All right, just gonna counterspell the Skyfisher. I guess that vibes. I don't think I care about the Lembas, but the Skyfisher I might get back. Yeah, I feel like I'm losing this game very badly again. Wouldn't I be like okay though if I just had tithing things? But maybe I wouldn't be okay. Also, it's really weird for me to want Tithing Blade when my opponent's deck is like all Squadron Hawks and stuff. But I just need like, maybe I'm just too little ways of wiping the board. Maybe I need some of the -1/-1s because like this card is so bad in the matchup. I guess I could take this card out completely for -1/-1s. So, learning a lot, that's for sure. All right. I just like can't play Monarch though, right? Because they have Basilisk Gates. Oh, there's a Tithing Blade. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't play them both this turn, but I can at least resolve it once. They'll know next turn though, so it's a little awkward. At least I'm progressing now. Something. Also, if they counter the Tithing Blade, maybe I can resolve a Monarch and not be in a terrible spot. It's like a little hard to say. This kind of matchup looks too hard for me, which is probably an indication that I should not have signed up with this deck. But it looked like a lot of fun, so. Looks like they don't have a counter spell. So I can probably get them here with Blade and then Relic. And then I have... I feel like they would have boarded out Spell Pierce. They had one Spell Pierce. Wait, at this point, can I get away with the Monarch? This makes 1, 2, 1, 2. This can make 4 4s. Not really. Oh, am I going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, I kind of feel good about our spot in this game, but I only have 6 minutes on the clock, so I kind of feel bad about our spot in the match. We have like a nice army of flyers. We have a Tithing Blade doing things. Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. Not bad. That is definitely a problem with exposing my blade. Okay. Mm. Gotta play a little bit faster. Doing a little bit too much narrating. Journey to Nowhere. Okay. Skyfisher. Oh, the Glen Hawk, so take out the Monarch. Sure. I didn't really play around that. To be fair, like it's pretty easy to take the Monarch anyways. I don't know how much the Monarch matters from this spot either. Oh, I had an extra treasure mana. I should have just played the other Glint Hawk or the Inspector. That was pretty bad of me. I didn't even think about that. Trying to play fast. Pro monocolored. Oh, I have to return an artifact to my hand. Whatever. Yeah, playing just like a little too slow. Yeah. I mean, they steal the Monarch, but I have 6 power in the air, so they have to have a Prismatic Strands. I guess, like, I should be wary of, like, just getting one shot by this Guardian, huh? Maybe I can get Lembas to protect myself here. Like, Strands looks pretty bad for me here still. It's, like, so hard to protect the Monarch or the Initiative against this deck, especially with this Guardian. I mean, they're going to draw an extra card as well. I don't think I can draw anything that would change this attack. Yeah. I'm definitely going to crack that away in a second. Start with Lembas. Autumn. Tithing Blade would lock this game. I mean, this might just lock this game anyways. I might just not be fast enough here. Oh, maybe I should have unlocked this and rebounced my Lembas. I'm gonna have to play like super fast game 3, just no talking, only instant playing. Didn't activate gates. One card in hand plus Monarch. Okay. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to try to win another match with this? That seems unlikely. I think Refurbished Familiar is still better than Cast Down. Wonder if Duress is better than Refurbished Familiar, though. Might just be. All right, I'm going to narrate a lot less here, and I'm just going to and jam as fast as I can and try to win in 3:30, which does not seem likely. I took too long narrating my moves for sure. Big mistake. Let's see what we can do. Speed mode. 3:30. Yup. Keep. Hawk. I could have played Lembus there. I don't know. Kind of feel like I want to put creatures in play. Getting a lot of value here. Some point I could maybe go duress plus arms. Maybe that's enough. Though I guess this thing's a 2/3 flyer. I didn't really leave in a lot of ways to kill a 2/3 flyer besides blade. Uh-oh. I just haven't encountered this that much today, but this could be a problem. Oh wow. Oh no. Oh no. They have the protection from monocolor creature already? Ah, things are bad. Things look bad. Oh, things look very bad. I don't even know like where I'm trying to play to from this spot. This seems unwinnable from right where I am right now. I think I'm in trouble. Double arms, maybe? I feel like double arms would be a way out, but I only have 2 arms in my deck anyways. I really need a blade as well. Like, if I can go duress arms arms, but I only have 1 arm and 44 cards, like, that doesn't seem very likely. I guess they can just pump this thing twice and kill me too, so... They also have, like, tons of protection against arms plus Tithing Blade here, which is really bad. Arms, arms. All right, I die. GG's. So I feel like I deserve to lose those games, so I'm not very unhappy about what just occurred. Lots of ways to improve. I think this deck needs some extra stuff like this it looks like. I didn't realize how bad these would be in this matchup. So maybe like the sideboard needs more of this kind of effect. Maybe it needs the cycling one that's -1/-1. That might have helped a little bit. Maybe I'm not allowed to actually bring out all the cast down if there's that many X3s. There's a lot of things to be said there. I would say almost 100% that one is just on my familiarity and play skill and how I approached the games. It's kind of crazy how much of a beating game 3 was, but maybe I was just playing fast and made mistakes. That's possible. It does feel like if I don't have this Tithing Blade against creatures, it's going to be hard, especially when I'm boarding out Cast Down. But even then, like, if I had a Tithing Blade, I could have cast Arms, and I could have wiped out the non-X3s, but there were still 2 X3s, or 3 X3s left in that game, so it wasn't like that was going to realistically save me. I can picture games where it would save me. But I guess like game 2 where I drew the Tithing Blade and I just cast it over and over again, that's the game that felt like my deck was doing exactly what it was set out to do. So that's cool. The fact that they have like a monocolored creature is kind of a disaster. Like I do have a Tithing Blade, but they have so many creatures. I don't know. I don't know if it's like that was just like the experience, but if I had the ability to maybe wipe more creatures and the Tithing Blade would have been better. Unclear. I would say that that matchup did seem hard, but I think it was probably winnable with better play, is how I would say. So that actually is going to conclude the Pauper Creator Showdown for me. This is a double elimination tournament, which I think is a pretty cool way to run a tournament. And I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. Like, I don't think I had very many chances to win round 1 because of the matchup, which just seems like the nature of the deck I chose and the deck my opponent chose. And then in this second round, I feel like my deck had some ability to win the matchup, but my opponent obviously is a very powerful magician, and there were a bunch of things that lined up kind of poorly, and I really didn't have maybe the correct configuration for the matchup. Maybe I needed a couple cards swapped. That's the kind of thing you learn when you play a bunch of leagues and you test your deck out, and you like, oh, maybe this one Blood Fountain needs to be an Omen of the Dead. Maybe because I took out 2 of the -X cards, I need to put a couple more of them in the sideboard for that kind of matchup. Those kind of things. Those all come with playing a format, and I mean, I can't like condemn Pauper because I decided not to play enough test leagues, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed me bumbling my way through the match. I feel like there's a lot to learn, even for someone who's, well versed in Pauper. I feel like there's a lot of intricacies and a lot of play decisions there, at least in our second round. That maybe there's something worth recording there. So if you liked non-vintage content like this, there should be more coming in the future. There will be more creator showdowns of a variety of formats. You will see me play more of these matches versus creators in other formats, so that's cool. But most of the time, what we do on this channel is vintage, and so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there will be new vintage videos on this channel, and I hope to see you then.